It is election day in Georgia, and some big races are on the ballot tonight, including the Georgia governor's race and a U.S. Senate seat.
Well, the polls are going to be closing a little more than an hour from now. Our team coverage is going to continue tonight with Jeff Hollinger and 11 Alive political analyst Dr. Andra Gillespie.
All right, guys, thank you. Great to have Dr. Gillespie with us, as always. So here we are. We're taking a look at some of the polling that we have seen in the 11 Alive Survey USA poll. And it has shown that the incumbents are showing a little bit of punch right now, talking about Governor Kemp and Senator Warnock. What do you think about split tickets here? Might we see that tonight? Could we see a split ticket rendering by voters? And if that happens, what does that say about where we are now politically in the state?
Well, I do want to provide a caveat to note that the Senate race has been within the statistical margin of error this entire time. And so that race is definitely too close to call. And then there have also been many gubernatorial polls where the margin is still wide enough that it's still encompassing where both candidates are. I think what is most likely to happen is that you will see Senator Warnock do the best among the Democratic candidates. Whether that's enough to get him over the 50% hump or get him into a runoff remains to be seen. And if we do see something, what we're going to be looking at is drop off between the Senate race and the gubernatorial race, where we might see more votes cast for governor than cast for the U.S. Senate, which suggests not so much the split ticket voting, which I think is possible, and in a few days we'll know a little bit more about it, but that there may be people who can't vote in the Senate race but are happy to vote Republican down ballot.
A lot of political analysts obviously believe that the Republicans are going to do very well in Georgia tonight. If that is the case, does that change us as a competitive swing state?
No, I don't think so. So I think what we're going to look at are, one, the margins of these statewide races to see if there are margins within 5 percentage points. And so if those margins are within 5 points, that suggests that Georgia is still in a competitive place. So Republicans aren't winning in landslides. They're clearly winning, but it's not in a cakewalk. The other thing that I want to look at is the absolute number of votes that Democrats get. So if Democrats get more votes in 22 than they got in 18, that suggests that they're growing their base, that the population of Democrats in the state is growing, and that Democrats are doing a good job of reaching out to them. And that actually portends greater competitiveness for the future, even if Democrats have a bad night tonight.
So let me follow up with a question along that same line, and that is, we saw in the last election cycle that some counties went blue, which was a surprise. Are there counties tonight you're going to be looking at very closely as sort of a bellwether or a litmus test on where this is going?
So I am not expecting the North Metro counties to deviate and vote Republican tonight. If they do, that's a good sign for Republicans. One of the things that I am going to be paying attention to, in part because of Stacey Abrams' strategy, is how many votes she gets in the southern part of the state, in those rural counties where she may not be expected to win, but if she's getting more votes there than she got in 2018, she's hoping that that will add to her total and help narrow the margin between her and Brian Kemp.
Seconds left. Any surprises tonight? You want to go out on a limb right now?
I'm not predicting any surprises.
None at all?
No surprises.
Okay, all right. Dr. Gillespie, great to have you here. You'll be with us all evening long. It is going to be fascinating, interesting, a lot of fun, and we hope you'll be able to stay with us tonight as we will check out the vote as it comes trickling in, hopefully not glacially as we saw the last cycle.
Right. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Our Election Day coverage will continue all day long, all night long. You can actually watch those live results pour in with us on 11 Alive News Prime Time. It all starts at 7 p.m. right when most of the polls are closing over on our sister station, the ATL. NBC News will begin national coverage at 8 o'clock right here on 11 Alive. And of course, tune in to 11 Alive News at 11 for our extended look at the local races. NBC News is going to pick it right back up at midnight.